Okay, let's move to the next topic right now. So that was a huge headache. We have relieved from that. Okay, so we have learned about how to give colors to the different part of links, like what the color should be at first, what happens while you're hovering your cursor over the link, what happens while you're clicking, what happens after you click it. Okay, let's move to the next one. Okay, we have actually seen clickable images to a URL. So let's move to the next. So now let's see like how to use a floating image. Okay, let's see that right now. So I'm gonna open a new HTML. You can use on Visual Code. I'm using it on Notepad for the beginners understanding. You can use it on Visual Code, VS Code, or any text editor you have. It might be easy for you to type. I think even the div should have worked, right? Because since I have visited Apple as much as time, so that's why it has turned into color which should be green since we have visited Apple. Since we didn't actually visit Samsung, it actually worked well. So I think even the div is right. It didn't go wrong. Okay, so let's move on to the next. Okay, now let's see how to use image, which is a floating one. So let's name it as floating image. Okay. Okay, so now let's see how to use a floating image. For that, what we're gonna do is we're gonna add a paragraph, right? And I'm gonna add an image source to that. So the source might be Apple, what I have, and you can also add an alternative if you want. Apple should be here, right? And now it's a time to add some style. So I'm going to use the floating style, float colon right and semicolon width, which is like maybe like 50 pixels, and height, which is again another 50 pixels, and let me add something here after that. Okay, float from right to the text. This is one thing. Another one is another paragraph, and float from left to the text, and in P, okay, after the P I should add an image. Source should be like this, and another apple.png, and everything else is same other than the float should be from left. So now let's save it. So let me like name it as float.html. so what I can do now is, let me open the float right now. Okay, as a float is over here. Okay, it's actually like left and it's actually from right, but I didn't think it's actually moving. It's actually floating, right? That's what I meant. So you can see the text is here, it is floating on the right, and the text is here, Now this is floating on the left. So this is how you can set the image to float to the text. So now let's move on to the next topic. So what are the image files that are actually accepted by the HTML? What are the image files that are accepted by the HTML? Okay, they are, the first one is APNG, which is animated portable network graphics, and the second one is GIF file, so graphics interchange format. The third one is ICO, which is Microsoft icon, and the fourth one is JPEG, which stands for Joint Photographic Expert Group Image, and the fifth one is PNG, which is portable network graphics, and the last is SVG, which is scalable vector graphics. So these are the images file format that are acceptable in a HTML document. Okay, let's move on. So now let's see how to add a background image. How to add a background image. Okay, so what we can do for that is, I'm gonna create a paragraph, and this text has a background image. Okay, so now going to the P, I'm gonna add the style, then I'm gonna add background image, and I'm gonna set the URL for it. So inside the bracket, I'm gonna add a quote, single quote. Since I'm inside a double quotes, I'm using single quotes here. You can also use vice versa. I want to use apple.png here. I'm gonna end it with a semicolon. So this is how to use a background image. Let's save this file, which is float. I'm gonna open this it has a background image which is like really small. We cannot able to see it. So what we can do to see it is we should have a larger wordings. Okay, let me like copy from Apple. Okay, so what I do is I copy this sentence right here. It's actually copying everything. I don't know, I don't care. Okay, let me like copy it, and what I do is I paste it here. Okay, so now it has a larger information, a big paragraph. Now you can see the background of this paragraph is an image of an apple. So this is how you can have a apple as a background. You can see that there is apples at what we have selected, which is a background of the wordings. So you cannot see the complete apple since it should be like the paragraph should be like at least this big. So to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give some line breaks in between. So I'm going to save it. So I'm going to click on float. So you can see it like up to here. So we need like still more line breaks. So I'm glad now I'm giving it whatever I want. I'm going to save it right now. Okay, so almost there. So this is how to add a background image of an apple or any other image to your text. So to do that, what you have to do is okay, so this is the paragraph file, right? What we can do is you can go to the style, which is inline styling, and you can add background image, and you can add the URL. You can use the source file, you can use the URL of another website's file, whatever you want to use it, you can use it. Then there will be a background. Boom. So if we don't want the apples to repeat itself, because we have like only one image, right? So how to stop repeating of the image? Let's see it right now. So what you can do is after this, after the semicolon, we can type background hyphen repeat colon no repeat, no semicolon, I mean no hyphen repeat. So if you like type no repeat, the picture will not be repeating again and again, otherwise it will be repeating again and again. So now you can see that the apple, which has been repeating throughout the end of the page, has stopped now. There's like only one image, so I have set it to not repeat. So by default it will repeat. If you want not to repeat, then you should write this command background repeat no repeat. For repeating, you need not to write any command, it will repeat it by default. Okay, that was nice. So you can also mention how much of a background space the image can cover and how much the image should be there, like it should be like at the center of the page or something like that. The background attachment, we can also use that. So let's use that now. So I'm going after the repeat, giving semicolon, and I'm typing background attachment and colon to fixed. So it is fixed. It will be like in a fixed position. It will not move. And I'm saving it. And I'm also adding one more thing, which is background size, how big it should be. So you should always use a background size in 2% in keeping height and width in mind. So I don't want the Apple to take over the page. I just want it to 50%. Okay. I'm saving it. So I'm going to click on the float. So it's actually 50%. If I wanted to be further little, I can do it. Actually, there shouldn't be any commas. So now let's save it. So it has taken 50% of the space. So if I want to increase it to the 100%, let's see what's happening. What will happen actually? It's still the same size. So I think something went wrong. Background, repeat, no repeat, background attachment, fixed, background size, 100%. Something is fishy. I think it should have a lot of paragraph, only then we can see the result, I guess. So let me like make it as a big paragraph. Okay, so we have a lot of words that has covered the apple, but still what I want to know is why the size is not changing as I expected it to change. Okay, so let me like use a CSS to shift that. Okay, what I do right now is so everything is inside a body, right? Okay. So now I will take everything. I'll take the piece. I think it's a paragraph, right? Take it out. This now it's fine. Okay. So what I do is I will go to the body right here. I'm gonna type body, and I'm gonna type to parentheses, and inside that I'm gonna add background image, which is an URL, which should be the Apple PNG, and this is background image, right? So I'm going to do it for background repeat, no repeat, and for background attachment it should be fixed one, and another background size is 100%. So with one is for the height and one is for the width. Okay, everything is good. Great. So now I'm gonna open the float. Okay, you can see that the 100% of the apple has been covering the whole page. Now we can reduce the size, so like 50%, because 100% is not the I mean the page size, it's a size of the actual picture. So now 50% of the original size of the picture, let's see. So this is the 50% of the original size of the picture. So this is how to add the size. So you don't confuse with 100% means the 100% of the page size. It's actually the 100% of the picture's original size. So the original apple size is like up to here. So 50% of that is this, not 50% of your page. You should not get confused. And I have also turned on no repeat. So if I take this out, then it will repeat. Now you can see the apple will be repeating again and again. So you can see like 4 apples right now. So I'm keeping on no repeat. So if I take the attachment fix, what happens? So if I take the attachment fix, it will turn into any size based on your page size. Now look, now it's in a good shape since the page size is different. If I maximize it, what happens? According to the page size, the shape changes. So that's the reason we should use attachment. Attachment is fixed. No matter what the page size is, it will be fixed. The size will be fixed. So now look, this is a fixed size. So this is how to add an image as your background, and how to make it not to repeat by itself, but by default it will repeat. and how to make it as a fixed one, and how to change the size of your picture. Okay, now let's move on to the next one. So now let's see how to change the picture according to the different size of your screen. So if somebody is using a mobile phone, he should be seeing a different picture of the same page of the same website. If somebody is using a bigger screen like iPad, he should be seeing a different picture. If somebody is using a bigger computer like laptop or a PC or Mac, he should be seeing a different picture according to their screen sizes. So let's see that right now. We create another page. Okay, now let's go inside the body. How to change the sizes of the image based on the screen sizes. Okay, let's see it right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this tagline, which is picture. You should also end with the same. Okay, now I'm going to add the source to this. Which what I'm going to say is, if the screen size is like, for example, minimum width of like 650 pixel, then it should show, SRC set, it should show like the Apple what we have. Okay, then let us say the same happens to a different screen size, like minimum width is around 465 or something like that. It should show another image, and if it has a bigger screen size of like 1080, it should show another image. So let me see like what are the images I do have. So I have another Apple, which is Apple Red, which is a JPG. Okay, let me like get some other thing. Go to the D right now. So I have like few pictures. I can copy it. I'm going to paste it here. I'm going to use it. Okay, let me like use iPad's JPG. iPad's JPG right now. So let me use like iPhone PNG. So basically what I'm trying to say is, if somebody watches or visits this website with a screen size of 650, let me like screen sizes dot html. Okay, if somebody is visiting this website with a screen size of like 650 pixels, he will be seeing an Apple image. With 465, he'll be seeing an iPad's image. With 1080 pixels, he'll be seeing an iPhone. Let's test it out. Okay, let's test it out right now. So since it's not coming under anything, it's actually not showing anything. So let me like make it smaller. Okay, even though it's not showing, I don't know what's wrong. We have to add few more things right here within the header, which is meta, and meta name should be like viewport, and the content should be width equal to device width, and after a comma, initial scale should be equal to 1.0. Okay, so now it should work. Didn't work still. Let's save it right now. So let's add a title to this. Picture changes on different screen sizes. Let's save it. Okay, so I can see this, but not the pictures. Why? I don't like what's wrong here. Everything has been done as per how it should be done, but still there's something. Okay, screen sizes. Okay, I'm opening the same page, right? But why the hell it's not opening? Oh my god. But it should actually work, guys. I don't know like what's wrong here. Probably you work it out in your mobile phone. You open the page in your mobile phone, it should work. There's no way this is not working. I have to enter a semicolon. That doesn't help. Still it didn't work. Like change the screen size. It didn't work. But if I take out the uh, minimum width, it will work. I don't know. It's actually not working. I don't know why. Okay, can I take the set? Okay, this is the problem here. I have mentioned it wrong. I have typed it wrong. So that's a problem here. I have found it. Okay, I was like wondering what happened. So always look for the spelling mistake, guys. You might copy and paste, but it's always the spelling mistakes. Even now it didn't work. Why? Why are you not working? Oh my god! But it should work. I don't know what's wrong. Let us find out, figure out. Okay, so I have come up with some other ideas for this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this out. So let's do another thing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to type image, and I'm going to use set source equal to, and small like apple.png for width of 320 width, and I'm gonna add apple png other I have red. Okay, apple red of jpg is 768 width, and one more thing, ipads.jpg which is of the width 720. Okay, or like 1024 width. Then what I can do is I can actually set something else, just sizes. Max width, which is 320 pixels, and minimum could be like around 280 pixels. Another width is like 768, which would be around like 720 here. Okay, and there's possibilities of 1024 pixels as well. Great. What I can do now is going to, for the source, large night cage. Oh, another image. Okay. Which might be like iPads Pro. There shouldn't be any space in between the source files. So JPG file. Okay, this will be shown at any other mistake has gone. And finally, an alternative if nothing is working. There should be an image showing here. Okay, this is what it should be. Okay, now let's save it and let's go to the screen sizes and test it out. Oh, that's great. So now it's working, completely working. At a bigger screen size, we okay, let me like change the screen size real quick. So now it's showing iPads, which mean we are in the screen size of like 1024. I mean, it's actually showing the iPad Pro since we are not in a smaller screen size, right? So that's the reason it is showing actually the iPad Pro. So if you like watch it in a smaller screen size, I think it will change. Oh no, even it is actually taking it as a big screen. So if you actually try it out in a mobile or something like that, it will change, because even if I minimize it, it is considering it as a big screen and it is not changing the size, but it's actually working. So this is how to change the screen size, guys. So what you can do is at the head you can add the meta name like this, and then at the image source you can add the image and what width it should be shown, like 3 different images at 3 different widths, and you can set the sizes of the screen at further below, like maximum width should be like 320 pixel and lesser should be like 280, and maximum width should be like 768, lesser might be 720 or 1024. So if none of the screen sizes applicable, then it should show the final source. So for me, none of the screen size is applicable, so that's the reason it is not picking up the same, because I'm using a computer PC monitor right now, so that's why IPOS is shown. So if you are using in a mobile or something like that, you can test it out. So this is how you change the image at different size of your screen, guys. Let's move on to the next topic.